The Ishmaelites raced to the orgy of the scattered pagans around them, completely burning out and destroying, spreading their seed to the scattered whores of Canaan. Ishmael's 12 sons burned out their seed, and the people called Ishmaelites are no more a people on the earth today. God destroyed them as a people, because you see, God never promised to preserve the seed of Ishmael. Muhammad had nothing but the conception of his mind as the only source for his claims of being the descendant of Ishmael. He had no genealogy, no history or family tradition tied Muhammad to Ishmael. Muhammad made his claims based upon his own personal new revelation of a spiritual force. Catholics today have accepted this revelation of Muhammad's wicked imagination as truth. Muhammad is a prophet and a revelator of the Roman Catholic Church and a spiritual father. Today, there are no Ishmaelite people. Today, there is no Ishmaelite race, no Ishmaelite culture. There is no Ishmaelite language. No one today has anything to trace themselves to Ishmael. God did not preserve the seed of Ishmael. The Catholic is lying to you. There are no Ishmaelite artifacts. Today, there are no cities named after the Ishmaelites. There are no historical writers that tell you of a living, real-time existence or a living presence of Ishmaelites. Not a single name of all the 12 sons of Ishmael are even used as names in Islamic culture, because Muhammad, his Islam, and his Quran have no truthful historical ties or relation nor any connections to Ishmael. No one at the time period in which Muhammad lived is named Ishmael. There is not one person in Muhammad's family or at Muhammad's time named Ishmael or Kedar or Misam or Misma or Duma. Think of it. Think. Not a single name of the descendants of Ishmael. The Ishmaelites are recorded in the Bible existing up only until the reign of King David. Then they disappear from off the planet. That's because King David exterminated and completely destroyed all Ishmaelites. After King David, the Ishmaelites are never, ever, never, never, and that's a never, ever mentioned in the Bible ever again, because King David completely wiped these wicked people out, completely. Remember, in Psalms 83, God is declaring the Ishmaelites are God's very own personal enemy. That the Ishmaelites themselves, the Ishmaelites, hate and despise the God of Abraham, saying that the Ishmaelites have lifted up as one nation and taken crafty counsel against God's people. The Ishmaelites have said, let us cut off the Hebrews. Let us cut the Hebrews off from being a nation, from being a people, that the name of Israel and Jacob will be no more remembered. The Ishmaelites are trying to stop God's plan and cause God to break his word by exterminating and terminating the Jewish people with violence and destroying their memory forever. And remember, in Psalms 83, God is declaring the Ishmaelites are in confederate and in league against God Almighty himself. The Ishmaelites are literally the enemies of God. The Ishmaelites have joined up with the Amalekites to destroy Israel and their God, the God of Abraham. This prophecy of King David concludes with a prophecy and declaration that the Ishmaelites would be completely destroyed as a people, and Ishmaelites would be removed from the earth and perish forever. Verse 18, that men may know that God's name alone is Yahweh. God will destroy the Ishmaelites, that the world will know that Yahweh is the Most High over all the earth, not Allah. Catholics today spit upon the Bible and reject the biblical truth and follow Muhammad as their teacher while their Pope kisses his Quran, the most evil book ever imagined, glorifying the rape and the pedophile molestation of little children. Remember, in Psalms 83, this last and final prophecy, here God is declaring the Ishmaelites will become as dung, feces. The Ishmaelites will become feces and dung for the face of the earth. When you look out across the fields and through the glens and into the plains across the horizon and see the herds of cattle and beast, you see his feces is falling, spurting down, splattering upon the earth. According to biblical prophecy, you are seeing what happened to the Ishmaelite people. According to the Bible, in Psalms 83:10, let the Ishmaelites become as dung for the earth. Roman Catholic Church and its pedophile prophet and father, Muhammad, these people are nothing but liars. And Muhammad is but one of the many, many, many fathers of the Roman Catholic Church. Remember, in the Bible we finally find the truth of what happened to the rest of the descendants of Ishmael. Remember, don't forget. Remember Esau, the son of Isaac and Abraham. Esau married the daughter of Ishmael. Genesis 28:36. Esau married the daughter of Ishmael. Genesis 28:36. Remember, these are the rest of the descendants of Ishmael. But God said, Romans 9:13, as it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau I have hated. Esau was another father of more of the Ishmaelites' evil genealogy. Isaac and Rebekah were disgraced and shamed forever. Malachi 1:3, God said, I hated Esau and laid his mountains and his heritage waste. Obadiah 1:18, the house of Esau will be for stubble and burned and devoured. There shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord has spoken. Obadiah 1:9, to the end that every one of Esau will be cut off by slaughter. Deuteronomy 2:22, God himself destroys all of the children of Esau, completely wiping out every last trace of any remaining Ishmaelites on the planet. Jeremiah 49:10, but I have made Esau bare, his seed is spoiled, and he is not. And remember, God hated the Ishmaelites who made war against the God of Abraham. And God hated Esau and completely exterminated all his children and all of the house of Ishmael as well. The Bible promises and prophesies that all of the descendants, every last descendant of the evil house of Ishmael, all of the Ishmaelites, their children and people and their name will be destroyed and removed from the land of the living. Remember the Roman Catholic lie. There are no Muslims or Ishmaelites interested in Jerusalem until Islam was invented and introduced by Muhammad. Catholics are lying to you. Muhammad introduced this lie into the Catholic Church, and Catholics worldwide follow the Vatican's Islamic teachings, given, inspired, and spiritually received by Muhammad. Remember, Catholics are sola Quran. No Catholic writers, no Catholic fathers, no popes, priests, nor any Catholic historians or any Catholic writings. No one before Muhammad, not a single person. No biblical scriptures anywhere on the planet before Muhammad. No historical evidence anywhere in world history before Muhammad. No artifacts, no tablets or drawings no scrolls, no fictional books, no books or stories. The Quran alone is the sole authority for the Roman Catholic Church. Catholics are sola Quran. Muhammad introduced the lie that Mother Mary has an important role in Islam. The Catholic demands that Mary is uniting Muslims together with Christians, giving Mary a role in Islam. Mary is giving prophecy, visions, and wisdom to Muslims. The Catholic Mary does not once stop to tell Muslims that the Bible is true, or that Jesus died for their sins, or that Jesus is the Son of God. Catholics rely on the sole authority of Muhammad and his Quran for their teachings. Muhammad alone introduced the lie that he was a direct descendant of Ishmael. Catholics worldwide introduce Muhammad as their spiritual father. Catholics worldwide introduce Muhammad as their prophet.